Good evening and welcome to Nite Line once again, where we say there's something clean in the air tonight. I'm Mary Sloan along with my daughter,
Toni Suchka.
And we're going to have a great time here tonight. We call this our Strength Healing and Healthy Living show, and I guess you can already see we got a little bit...
Got some props.
Yes. And we invite you to invite somebody else to be with us tonight. So, you know, we're going to learn a lot tonight. It's going to be a very informative program. We've got some great guests. Toni, tell us about our guest.
Well, we have Joshua and Bridget Trammell, who are with the Health Dare, and they also pastor a church, Take Heart Church, here in Mauldin, South Carolina. So they're going to be with us sharing about their ministry and their business and what the Lord is doing, combining both of those together. And then we also have Lynsie Crespo, who is a friend of mine, and she's actually who connected me with Bridget and Joshua from the Health Dare. And then in our last half hour, you're not going to want to miss this, but we'll have Jennie Pillsbury, and she's going to be giving tips on how to shop healthy on a budget. And then also we're going to be doing some recipes in the kitchen. So it's always fun when we go in the kitchen and share things, right?
It is. You know, I'm sort of enjoying the kitchen. And you can tell them how they can get a hold of us tonight.
We grab that phone because it's so easy to be able to watch Nite Line from anywhere in the world.
Yes.
If you have social media, Facebook, then we're streaming live on Facebook, and you can share that program to your page, which will allow your friends to be able to watch the program as well. We also are on YouTube Live, so if you don't do social media, or if you have friends or family who are just not involved in social media, that's a way for them to go on and see the program on YouTube as well. So there's many ways to be able to catch us, and we also have our prayer partners who are faithful to be with us each week. And if you need prayer tonight, or if you have something you want to share with us, you can call us, you can message us on our page at Nite Line Live with Mary and Toni, or there's also a prayer tab on the website.
Yeah, not only can you go to WGGS TV on Facebook and like their page, and they keep you updated on all the guests that are coming on and all the live feed, but you can also go to Nite Line Live with Mary and Toni there on Facebook, and like our page also. Toni does an excellent graphic every week of all of our guests, and you know, just lets people know ahead of time just who's going to be on.
Yeah, love to encourage people through the week with scriptures and things like that.
Right.
And I wanted to read our scripture for this program. I always go back to this when I think about healthy living and how we're taking care of our bodies. It's 1 Corinthians 6:19 and 20. And it says, "Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have from God, and that you are not your own? For you have been bought with a price, therefore glorify God in your body." And that is one of the ways that we can glorify God, is taking care of our physical body, not only our spiritual and our mental, but also taking care of our bodies physically, so that we can be what God has called us to be. And I wanted to share some tips tonight. I know that you had this precious, beautifully colored watermelon that someone brought you.
Well, maybe I'll have to turn it up a little bit so you can see how pretty this watermelon is. But this is actually called my angel watermelon, Toni.
Because an angel left it.
Right. I got up and went to the door, and there was the humongous watermelon, and an angel left it there. But actually, her name was Angel. But it was like an angel left the watermelon. But isn't that beautiful?
It is. And watermelon is so good for you. It hydrates you, and it also has the color red that it comes from lycopene, which is a super antioxidant, which has been known to help fight cancer. It helps build your immune system. So watermelon is a great
And it
fruit.
helps with hydration too, doesn't it?
Yes, that's why we eat it in the
Can I have a bite?
You can have a bite. I wanted to also share a tip with pineapple. I love pineapple. And so how do you know when a pineapple is ripe? A lot of people, you know, you may pick up a pineapple and you don't know until you get home, like, is it going to be sweet enough? Is it going to be hard? So when you go and you pick pineapples, this is what you do. So you take the top and you pull out a leaf. Whoop! If it comes out that easily, then the pineapple is ripe. Now you normally want to pull it from the middle. it came out really easy. So that lets you know the pineapple is sweet and ripe. This would be a pineapple that I would buy if I wanted to cut it that night or the next day.
Well, I got to interject something here. Your daddy, you know, when he went and y'all bought some pineapple not long ago, he said, Toni taught me how to know if a pineapple was ripe.
Oh, he did?
He remembered that.
So I go and people always stare at me and I'm always like in the line and I'm pulling and pulling and pulling and it won't come out and I put it back. So when you pull the middle and it pops right out, then you know it's sweet and ready to cut.
Wow.
So great little tip to have. And then one other thing, pineapple is also on the EWG list, the Environmental Working Group, as a safe, it's on the Clean 15. So you have a Dirty Dozen and you have a Clean 15. And here's a graphic to show if you can kind of see what that is. What it means is that the Clean 15 list, it really means that it has the lowest amount of pesticides. So the pineapple is like number 4, and the avocado is, I think, is number 1. So even when you have fruits and vegetables, if you're trying to figure out shopping on a budget, should I buy organic, should I not buy organic? The Clean 15 list of foods are foods that you could safely say, I think I can afford to buy non-organic, because these have little to no pesticides. Because of the pineapple and its hard shell, it's protected. So when the pesticides are sprayed, you don't get that on your food. And it's the same thing with the avocado. This is a fruit, by the way. So it has this leathery surface on it, so that protects the inside of the avocado. So when you're having your favorite guacamole and your favorite dip, you can know that it has only about 1%, if any, of pesticides on it. So the Dirty Dozen is a list of foods where you would want to buy organic, that would have the least amount of pesticides.
That makes sense because it can't get on the inside.
Right, and corn, where you shuck corn, that's on the Clean 15.
Well, I learned something
that
today.
you can buy. If you want to choose that you want to buy non-organic, then those. But the Dirty Dozen, like strawberries and berries and apples, and watermelon would be a Clean 15.
Yeah.
But they have more pesticides. So you definitely want to always take those fruits and vegetables and buy organic, and always, always wash them. Do you know that they wash with a pressure washer, you know, that we would love to have in our kitchen, like that's for fruits and vegetables, and it still doesn't remove all the pesticides. So you definitely want to go organic when buying the Dirty Dozen, but you can stay clean with the Clean 15. And this is going to transition us right into a delicious recipe that Mom and I have done in the kitchen that we wanted to share with you, and it is homemade guacamole. Hi, I'm Toni Suchka with Strength Healing, and this is my mom, Mary Sloan. I'm a professional trainer and a weight management specialist that focuses on good nutrition, and today we are going to make guacamole.
Wow.
I have learned that not everybody knows how to make homemade guacamole, and the main ingredient in guacamole is avocados.
Yes.
And avocados are so good for you. They're actually a fruit. I think some people think of them as a vegetable, but they're actually a fruit, and they are a healthy fat. So it's very important to get these in your system. They have so many benefits. They help with your skin, to maintain healthy skin, good eyesight. They help lower cholesterol and your triglycerides, and they also reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease.
Well, you know what? I usually try to keep 2 or 3. You don't need to buy a whole lot at one time because, you know, they ripen pretty quickly, don't they?
They do.
So I try to keep them on the counter, and it just, you can just put tomato in them or lime juice or just whatever, you know, and all of a sudden, within just a few minutes, you've got a great snack that's very healthy for you.
And I have a couple tricks. Sometimes when you do buy avocados, and if they're super hard, sometimes it will take several days to ripen. So what I'll do is I'll actually put them in my bread box, which is a very dark place, for about 1 to 2 days, and they'll soften up pretty quickly. Or another trick is you can put them in a brown paper bag with an apple, and the acidity from the apple will help that avocado ripen within a day.
And I didn't know about the apple.
Well, that's a little tip from Strength Healing.
And I like your apron too.
Thank you.
That's so cute.
Thank you. I love to sparkle. So one of the things I did want to show you before we get started is how to actually cut an avocado. So you want to make sure that you have a towel in your hand, because isn't this one of the main ER visits?
Yeah, I actually just heard a couple of weeks ago on the news that the #1 visit to the ER is because of people cutting avocados, and they go for the seed, but they miss the seed, and they'll stab the knife in their hand, so you do not want to do that.
So I just cut it right in half, and I'm going to pull it apart. It'll come apart here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a pretty soft, ripe avocado. It's got a pretty large seed. So I'm going to have this towel in my hand, and I'm going to stab that seed with the knife. You don't need a super big knife, and it's going to pop out.
Oh, okay. So you don't go forward with that knife. You go to the side.
No, you just take it to the side.
Well, I learned something today, Toni. I've been doing it the other way.
Oh, no. We don't want to stab it. We just want to go down.
Maybe that's why I've been afraid I'm going to get mine.
And you don't need a huge knife, just something sharp enough that will kind of go into that seed.
Right.
So then we can take a spoon and we can just scoop out the inside.
Right. This is some we've already opened.
These avocados. And what I do is I use about 3 ripe avocados for my guacamole. And you know, there's so many ways that you can make guacamole. I like mine spicy, so this recipe that we're doing today is going to be a spicy guacamole. Now, some of the ways I love to eat guacamole is on top of chicken or salmon, or sometimes I'll actually just put it on the side of my plate. You know, this is a healthy fat, and you need to make sure at every meal that you're eating a healthy fat. So at every meal you need fat, fiber, and protein. And that
we don't get chocolate in this, do we?
No, not today, no chocolate. So I'll kind of just smash those up a little bit, but you don't need to do it too much, because the more that we add other ingredients and stir it together, it will start to mash together more and more.
You want it a little chunky, don't you?
I do. I like mine to have
my daughter taught me that,
kind
to
of
make it
chunks in it. And I also use guacamole as a substitute for mayonnaise. So it's great on a sandwich. So 3 avocados and a ½ cup of cilantro. So we'll go ahead and pour the cilantro in there. And then we have a half a cup of red onions chopped. And then I put 1 seeded chopped jalapeno. We'll pour that in. And then we also have 1/2 cup of diced tomatoes. Now, I don't get to use a lot of tomatoes at home because my husband doesn't really enjoy tomatoes. So I don't typically put them in there, but I do love tomatoes. Now, we're also going to take the juice of 1 lime.
Now, this is what makes it good.
Yes, the lime and the salt will marry all these flavors. And the lime also helps keep your avocados from browning. So I'm going to use my handy tool here that's going to get all of the lime juice out. And it will definitely give you the best bang for your buck with that lime. And I'll squeeze that. If you don't have one of these juicers, you have to get one of these for your kitchen. They are awesome to have, so handy.
How much salt do we need?
So I wouldn't pour that much salt.
Yeah.
I would actually take it and I just like to sprinkle it around. Now, some people like their food a little bit saltier than others. So I'll take all those ingredients and I'm going to just continue to stir those up. Now, one thing that I like to do in my guacamole is add a little extra spice on top of the jalapeno. So what I'll do is I'll take this olive oil. This olive oil is actually, we had the owner, Sandy Byrne, on with us on one of our programs, our Healthy Living shows. And this is harissa. So this is a spicy oil. So what I'm going to do is just drizzle a little bit of this spicy oil on top. So that's another healthy fat that we're getting along with that avocado. And we're going to stir that up.
That's good.
And it's so pretty. And again, you can put this on a burger. Again, use it on a sandwich in place of mayonnaise. So, and it's pretty. I love it.
It is.
Now, there are several ways. I've got some already made here. And you can eat this. These are black bean chips. And these are just black beans and a little bit of sunflower oil, sea salt. And these are plantain chips. So there's nothing added in this. So I like to try, this is just plantains and a little bit of oil and salt. So this is a great option to use, a healthier option than just a bag of tortilla chips. So why don't you try one of those chips? You're going to try the plantain?
Plantain.
Yep.
Okay.
And tell me what you think. Very good, right?
You got to try it.
So this is a great way to incorporate a healthy fat into your diet. So for more recipes like this and tips, you can go to my website at strengthhealing.com and subscribe to my newsletter. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that recipe. Guacamole is one of my favorite foods. And as we mentioned in that segment, there's so many benefits with avocados. And again, they're on the Clean 15 list. They have little to no pesticides, so it's a safe, and avocados are expensive.
Yes, they are.
But you can find them in some grocery stores. I like to shop Aldi. You can find them really inexpensive there, and then
probably
knowing
bargains too. Down in Piedmont.
And knowing that you can get them non-organic could save a little bit of money as well.
Right. I went to one grocery store the other day. I won't call the name, but it was twice as much as some others, and they're all the same avocados, aren't they?
Right. They all taste the same, right?
Yeah, they do.
But I do love guacamole and making it homemade. You can eat it on the side with just chicken or, I love it as a dip though. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. And easy to make.
Right. Good
really
for
easy to
us.
make.
Gives us good health,
I know Dad likes guacamole too.
He does.
He's learning things, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to share a little bit about the guests that we're going to have tonight. I love to inspire healthy living, and so do our guests tonight. They're a great couple. They just are full of joy and just encouraging just to be near. But their names are Joshua and Bridget Trammell, and he is the pastor of Take Heart Church in Mauldin, South Carolina. They've been there about 2 years. So they're going to share with us a little bit about their church, but I wanted to read a little bit about them. She's also the founder of the Health Dare. Joshua and Bridget took the Health Dare together and lost a combined amount of 150 pounds. They want to help others get healthy, both physically and spiritually. Joshua started Take Heart Church, and Bridget started the Health Dare. And they have combined the two to open a nutrition education center and church in Guatemala. They're on a mission to help people get healthy in their body and spirit, and so that they can serve God together. So if you're wondering what the Health Dare is, we've got a video that we're going to share, and it's going to kind of break it down for you, and they're going to be here to share more in detail of what that is. But this video is basically called the Health Dare, and it's a 90-day program, and she's guaranteeing it, and I'll tell you, she looks fabulous, doesn't
yes,
she?
She does. She's beautiful.
So I'm excited to have them come and share more. So I hope that you enjoy this video.
You've heard of the Health Dare, and you're skeptical, and most of our clients felt the same way. But when they took the Health Dare for themselves, they began to experience amazing results. The Health Dare is not a weight loss program, it's a culture, and we'd like to invite you to take the Health Dare with us. We are helping our clients reverse the symptoms of type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, IBS, and sleep apnea in just a few short weeks. We are a community of professionals that have learned that the most important nutrient is vitamin L, which is love. The Health Dare is a 90-day cellular health program that empowers clients through education, accountability, and family-style coaching that provides a one-size-fits-you. The 90-day Health Dare is easy, it's educational, and it's effective. And there's only 2 things that you can't have on the diet, and you don't even have to go to the gym. We even have an exercise you can do in a recliner. There are no hormones, weight loss pills, or gimmicks, just real people with real results. The Health Dare curriculum is extensive, teaching clients the healthy principles they need to become their own health coach in just 90 days. Our Health Dare coaches will teach you how to eat, shop, cook, and exercise the easy way. When we surround you with our network of accountability, education, and vitamin L, you can't fail. And if you do, we offer a money-back guarantee. Put our coaching team to work for you, and we promise you'll have success within 30 days or you get your money back. But don't take our word for it, just ask our clients. Our marketing methods aren't fabricated or inflated, they are very real clients sharing very real life success stories. The Health Dare coaches are committed to your success. Call today to book your free consultation with a member of our Health Dare coaching team and see for yourself. We dare you.
Well, we want to welcome Joshua and Bridget Trammell. Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks for having us. We're
Excited to learn more about the Health Dare. That was it's an exciting business, and to learn that you have started that.
Yes.
So I know that you have lots to share, both of you. Now, when I read, you saw that many people that serve the Lord, they weren't really taking care of their bodies.
Yes.
And this is something that kind of just guided you down a way to think, gosh, I'm not really doing that either.
Yes.
So how did that all start?
Yes, well, I'll let you share a little bit about that. That's kind of your thing. So.
Yeah, so I planted Take Heart Church in February of 2016. And just like a lot of us in ministry, or even in life, we get busy and we tend to neglect our physical body. Mm-hmm. So I had got up over 310 pounds within probably a 10-year period of doing full-time ministry. And my feet hurt. I couldn't stay on my feet all day when I was a church planter, so I had to set up and break down every Sunday morning. And I'll never forget coming home one day and sitting down, and God really convicted me and said, how can you plant a healthy church if you're not healthy? Mm-hmm. And how can you lead healthy people if you're not healthy? So it was then that I really took my wife's awesome program advice, and
well, everything at church is about eating. Everything is
That's
centered
right.
around
Right.
eating. So,
And that's how you grew up.
That's
like,
right.
We
We
got
love
to
to
get
eat.
something unhealthy after
That's right.
church, you know?
yes.
So I jumped in, and man, God really helped me, and with Bridget's help in the program, I lost about 70 pounds in about 6 months, pretty quick. Mm-hmm. And I'm still on a journey, still trying to get healthy. It's going to be a constant journey for me, but yeah,
We've got a before and after there of you.
Oh, all right.
So nice. You know, that's one thing that I love to encourage, healthy living, and that's why we
Yes.
try to do a healthy living show once a month here. And, you know, because it's just what you said. How can you go and do what God's asked you to do when you're not healthy enough
That's
to
right.
do it?
Yes.
So what are some of the struggles that you guys fought together in becoming healthy together?
Well, I was 215 pounds. I had a couple kids. And so for me, I really enjoyed helping people. But I also knew that I needed help as well. So I was having back pain. It was getting to the point where I was planning my trips to the grocery store because my back would start hurting before I got to the counter. So I would have to go to the milk, and I had a 2-week-old baby at the time and a 2-year-old. So I knew that if I didn't take care of myself, there's no way I could be involved in ministry and help take care of others. So I started the Health Dare as a way, first and foremost, to take care of myself, because as my husband said, our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, and we are called as Christians to take care of ourselves. Right. And how can we help others physically or spiritually with that? But the struggles that we had, I think, are just the same struggles that everyone has. You know, there's a million programs out there, and they all work for the time that you're on them. So if you're on a starvation diet or hormone pills, or you're hitting the gym like crazy.
Cabbage soup diet.
And we've both done all of that. We
We
get
done
on
the ice cream diet.
Yeah, I like that diet. I need to try that one. But we tried just about everything. So we went to CrossFit and did all these wonderful things that were great. But the bottom line for us is I hate to exercise and I love to eat. So that was kind of my handicap. And so
I believe we're twins.
I think about 1 billion other people are twins with us, but we had to find something that worked for our lifestyle, that we could fit into our lives instead of trying to fit our lives into a diet.
And I think that's the key. Everybody's
Yes.
different, and everyone's body is made differently.
That's right.
So finding
Yes.
what works for you is key.
Yes.
Now we have a before and after picture.
Yeah, show my before and
You
after.
as
Put it
well.
up there. There I am, 215 pounds, Bridget.
Well, you look
Wow.
awesome.
Oh, thank
My
you. But
goodness.
it was incredible. I had enrolled in nutrition school. And I studied over 400 diets, and none of them seemed to work for me because I was taking care of 2 little babies, and it just wasn't practical. So finding something that was practical was my first step, and out of that, I started helping other people. So there's only 2 things you can't have. You don't have to go to the gym. You can still eat fast food. It's something that really anybody can do, especially me.
I think I find that people that go on certain diets where they deny themselves things, that's the very first thing they eat when they go off the diet, and they eat lots of it.
That's
so,
right.
You
You
know,
just binge because you're depriving yourself. And if you deprive yourself too much, you won't be able to sustain it.
No.
But not just weight loss, because you can lose weight a lot of unhealthy ways, okay? But we want people to get healthy to lose weight. And my husband and I, we had health problems that just went beyond weight loss.
Now, Josh, I love the name of your church, Take Heart. I
Yes,
don't believe
ma'am.
I've ever heard that. for
Actually,
a
there's
church.
not another Take Heart Church.
There's not
we got
another one.
takeheartchurch.com.
Wow.
That is amazing. You better grab .org.
That's right. When you get the .com, you are the only one.
I tell
That's
people
right.
if they got a unique name, drive to .org, the
Dot-
.com.
we got 'em all, so
You
we're
got
good.
them all. Well,
Yeah.
you're a smart man. Tell us how all that got started.
So I have done ministry 16 years full time, and a lot of that was a youth pastor. I was also a missionary. And in 2015, everything that I was doing, I was actually on the missions field helping out an orphanage in Guatemala, and just felt led to plant Take Heart. And so came back home, and we launched February the 21st, 2016 was our first service in Mauldin.
Wow.
And it's been an awesome journey since. And we've outgrown our current facility and are looking to buy a new facility, and it's just been a great journey. And getting healthy, honestly, I don't know if I could have, or still on my fitness journey, I don't know if I could have sustained the tedious nature of church planning without focusing on myself.
How do you balance the business that you've grown and ministry together? Because
That's difficult.
unfortunately, ministry can be business too, you know, and it has to be
Absolutely.
organized and have order. So how do you balance that?
I think we just make an amazing team. They say a lot of times that you have to give 50% each, but for us, we each give 100%. And we're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
It's
but
nonstop.
whoever walks by the dishes does the dishes. So, I mean, we found
I'm
a
gonna have
great
to
way.
use that.
We found a great way to partner together, and not only on a practical level, but it's really interesting how God has used the health dare. We're reversing symptoms of type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, IBS, and sleep apnea within the first 30 days. It's incredible. And we decided that our business was kind of just a ministry in disguise. And so God used that to partner Take Heart Church and the Health Dare together to put together an amazing ministry overseas in Guatemala,
Wow.
where he was at an orphanage.
I was going to ask you about that. You had told us a little bit about that. So tell us a little more and how that came together.
So I've always wanted to plant churches around the world. It was important to me. And Bridget is passionate about helping people worldwide with nutrition, and not just losing weight, like she said, but helping them understand how nutrition really works. You know, you can be thin and be unhealthy.
Right.
So we wanted people to understand it's not just about how you look. So in Guatemala, the country specifically, they struggle with a lot of things that nutrition could really help, and it could be simple things. So we have a couple there that run we started a church there called Manos de Amor, which means hands of love. And they run nutrition classes based off the Health Dare curriculum. And so they're bringing in people from the community, specifically more moms that are dealing with ailments with their kids, and they're teaching them how nutrition can help, because they don't have access to medicine like we do.
Right.
And
Yeah, and we learned that really after talking, having all of these planning meetings and survey trips to Guatemala, we just kind of fell in love with it. But we came to the realization that Jesus met people's physical needs first. Many times in the Bible, he would heal the blind man, or
Love
he would
that.
feed the 5,000 before he spoke to them. So we started realizing that meeting people's physical needs and teaching these women how to take care of their children and prevent illness in the rainy season, and putting together curriculums was giving us the back door to share the gospel and to share the love of Christ. So
I think you're excited about it.
we are, we're pumped.
Well, I can can hear it in your voice. You have a deep passion for it.
That's right,
and
yeah.
I love that way the Lord is using your business and your ministry and not just reaching locally, but globally and teaching people, like you said, how to take care of our bodies so that we can be all that God has called us to be.
That's right.
I love it. It's so exciting. And that, like I said, that's always been a passion of mine. And it's one thing I tell my kids, it's not about weight.
Right.
It's about health. I
That's
want us
right.
to be
That's
healthy.
Well, and I tell people all the time, because we have clients all different shapes and sizes, and most of them started out like us, 300 pounds and 215 pounds. And I'll make people uncomfortable because I'll kind of jiggle my arm fat, and I'll say, I am not a size 0. I do not have abs. I am normal. You can do this. I think sort of the American way is to distort and to put an emphasis on the outside.
Right.
And so we put an emphasis on health and on what's going on in here. And I think that's kind of what's
I
brought
love
us
it.
together.
Well, we have a video that we want to share of your ministry in Guatemala.
Yes,
So we're going to go
wonderful.
ahead and roll that, and so people can learn more about that.
Fantastic.
I'm a health coach at the Health Dare, a 90-day cellular health program where we're helping our clients reverse diabetes, irritable bowel syndrome, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. But in a third world country, I'm something else. I'm a teacher for preventative health care. At the Health Dare, we believe that the most important nutrition is vitamin L, which is love. So we're taking vitamin L to the world. Education is power, and education about nutrition is life. Help us give life and love to the world around us. Go to idareme.com.
Well, we are back with Bridget. We're going to have her share a little bit more, and I wanted to read some other things about her personally, and also you can take a look at her before and after picture as I read about her. Bridget was a struggling single mom with a 2-week-old and a 2-year-old who started the Health Dare, a 90-day cellular health program that she grew into a multi-million-dollar business that has changed thousands of lives by helping clients reverse the symptoms of diabetes, high blood pressure, IBS, and sleep apnea. She attributes her success to God and believes the Health Dare is a ministry disguised as a business. Well, after
exactly
talking
right.
to you and your husband, I believe that you're right. It's definitely a ministry in disguise,
Yes.
where you're able to go out and just be the hands and feet of Jesus and
That's
help
right.
people learn more about how to take care of their body.
Yes.
Now, do you have advice that you could give to other single moms out there who are struggling now with any adversity against them?
Yes, and I get messages just about every single day from single moms or people in my situation. So I had been in the ministry my entire life. My dad's actually a minister up in Maryland, up in the north, and so I went to Bible college, and I was really just always focused on trying to do what God wanted me to do. I was the ultimate goody two-shoes. So you hear a lot about preachers' kids, but I was one of the good ones.
I was a good one too. My sister, on the other hand.
But so I was so excited. When I graduated from Bible college, I got married to an evangelist, and we traveled all over the country, and we had a national ministry. We were in 100 churches in 52 weeks, and I thought my life was just going perfectly according to my plan, and I thought God's plan at the time. I had 2 children, and about 4 years into that, basically just my whole life was turned upside down. My husband ended up having a double lifestyle with addiction involved, and anytime there's addiction involved, it's very difficult, and someone who you love can turn into an entirely different person just without even, against their will even. It's a very sad, sad situation. So I was left through a very dramatic situation with a 2-week-old baby and a 2-year-old little girl.
Wow.
And so I was also, as you saw in my before and after picture, I was very overweight, I was very unhealthy, and I kind of was in a place of desperation. So I knew that I had to take care of my children, I knew that I had to take care of myself, and I knew that I had to make money. But the biggest struggle for me during this entire time was not losing a marriage or losing my reputation. The hardest thing for me is that I knew that God had called me to help people, and I thought that I had lost that through losing my ministry, and I didn't understand why. So I would often ask God, why are you doing this to me? And I know that every single mom out there is asking that same question, or anyone that's really going through any kind of trial, you know. We always want to ask, why am I going through this pain? And so at that time, all I could do is put one foot in front of the other, and I started researching diets. I enrolled in nutrition school, but I would try different diets, and they were so difficult because I had a 2-week-old and a 2-year-old.
Right.
So I think that's difficult for any mom, no matter what the situation is. So I finally figured out something that worked for me, and I lost 80 pounds in 90 days.
Wow.
And so I just started telling everyone about it, and I had one woman that became my client, and I would go to her house, and I would cook for her, and I would walk with her, and I would encourage her every day and just health coach her. And she had amazing results. And I got my second person, and my third person, and my fourth person, and I was just spreading this knowledge that I had learned, and I was so excited, and people were seeing my results, and it just took off from there. And now we have offices all up and down the East Coast, and we've helped thousands of people reverse their symptoms of diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, sleep apnea in just a matter of a couple of days. But I really attribute that to just the Lord blessing my heart of wanting to help people, and myself first.
And thinking that you had no ministry anymore.
Exactly.
Knowing that he can still use you, whether it's in the ministry Christian world or in the secular world.
That's right. And like we said in the last segment in our Guatemala video, Jesus often met people's physical needs before he met their spiritual needs. So I started seeing that my business was a back door into people's personal lives where I could share the Lord with them. Actually, to this day, the last page of our curriculum is the plan of salvation. And it has awesome. John 3:16, and we don't make any bones about that we're a Christian company, because I believe that your relationship with the Lord is directly linked to your health, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Absolutely. And so it's just been an amazing journey, and God has given me back the ministry that I felt that I lost. But what's interesting is that as sincere as I was before I went through such a painful, difficult situation, I felt like I was almost like a sterile travel agent. You know, when you go to, you said you guys just went on vacation, I think, okay, to the beach. Well, when you go to plan a vacation, you go to a travel agent, and they get everything ready. They give you the glossy brochures. They book your flight, and they say, have a great time. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. Yeah. And I kind of felt like I did my ministry that way. Oh, I'm so sorry you're going through this. Here's 10 Bible verses. It's going to help you. Great. Let me know how it turns out. I'm here if you want to get coffee. But now I kind of feel like, as sincere as I was back then, when you've been through such deep pain, that you've cried out to God in agony, and you've cried out to God and said, why are good things happening, or bad things happening to good people right now, and why am I in this pain? And you've come out on the other side, and God has shown you why. I had no idea.
Your faith is built.
Yes.
You're stronger and closer to the Lord because
Absolutely.
it's who you're relying on.
Absolutely. And I had no idea I was going to have a huge ministry in Guatemala and a huge business and a wonderful husband who pastored an amazing church and 2 beautiful girls. And it's like you come out on the other side, and now you can say, I'm not a travel agent. Now I'm a tour guide. Come with me on this African safari.
Wow.
I've got my rifle. I know where the pitfalls are because I've been there. And it's a completely different ministry. So I'm just living on that euphoria of the fact that God didn't take my ministry. He changed it and made it better. And
developed,
yes. Yes.
I love that. And so what are some other ways that you bring him into your workplace?
Yes. Well, the Health Dare is a very special company. We have a very special culture, and we're going to talk about that in the next segment, a culture of vitamin L. We think vitamin L is the most important nutrient, and that's love, and we'll talk about that. But diets, really, there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
It's calories in, calories out. Now, we have the easiest diet you can possibly do. There's only 2 things you can't have. It's so easy. You don't have to go to the gym. We have an exercise you can do literally sitting in this recliner. It's so easy. People see results immediately. But really, the magic and the special thing about our company is that we surround them with a team of coaches that are just cheering them on, cooking with them, encouraging them, grocery shopping with them, eating with them.
You're a busy lady.
We are. We have a huge team. So it's fantastic. But I think that that's kind of what separates us from other companies, is that we're showing the love of Christ to not only our employees, but to our clients. As we show it to our employees, then they spill over.
And what he develops in you, he's going to bless.
That's right.
And so it sounds like your ministry has been very blessed.
And even though it's
right.
secular, it's bringing God into the workplace.
That's exactly
You know,
right.
for many years, Christians wouldn't even do that, so I'm so glad you're doing that.
Well,
Now,
we do.
If people want to know more about the Health Dare and how to get involved.
Well, if they've got symptoms of high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes.
And a lot of your clients are an older demographic that you help
That's
as
right.
well, right?
The average age is 54 years old. The average weight lost in 30 days is 16 pounds. The average inches lost in 30 days is 17 inches. And we guarantee that you will have good results in 30 days or your money back.
Did you lose 80 pounds in 90
I
days?
ate 80 pounds of fat in 90 days. Yes. Yes,
Wow.
it's incredible.
We have
It's
a
incredible.
picture I wanted to show because I think you look gorgeous in the little Maserati. So brought that up, but I just thought, oh, look how fun that is.
Well, it's a lot of fun, and you know, a lot of people are in ministry because they grew up that way, or because God impressed on their heart. And I love that me and my husband are in ministry because we choose to be.
Right.
You can have a big business and have millions of dollars, but when you turn around and give that back to God, He blesses it beyond our wildest dreams. I'm just
love
living
it.
the dream right now.
Well.
Using your heart and your passion, and he's made it a ministry. And you said you can do your exercise from right here.
Yes, you
Okay,
can.
so I'm a personal trainer.
Okay,
and
awesome. That's
I
great.
exercise, and I
Yes.
do enjoy it.
And that's great. That's great. And the thing is, you have to have some exercise in order to get
Right.
healthy. I'm not saying you shouldn't exercise, but most of my colleagues are just like you. I come in contact with yoga teachers, holistic people, nutritionists. They want you to put lavender water in your, and that's wonderful. But I don't have time. I'm a mom. I'm a pastor's
Right.
wife. I'm a CEO of a huge company. So it has to be easy for me, and I don't enjoy the burn like you do. A lot of people love it, but it's a burn to me. I don't enjoy it.
Well, we've got a video.
It's gonna be easy for
This
me.
one was going to be hard for me to share. It's called I Hate the Gym. I kind of love it, but hey, if you don't like it, why don't you check out this video and see what they have to say about it.
I hate going to the gym. I'd rather stay right here on this couch. So many of my colleagues in the health and wellness industry tell me, I love the gym, I love the burn. I It's painful. It's not pleasant or euphoric. I don't want pain. As much as I hate going to the gym and sweating it out with the best of them, I know that exercise is still important for my body to be healthy. So since I love to eat and I hate to exercise, I found the easiest, most effective way to exercise, and I want to share it with you. The Health Dare program has an exercise that you can do at home in your socks, watching TV, or even in a recliner if you have bad knees. The key to exercise is not intensity, it's consistency. At the Health Dare, we have the most comprehensive health coaching and accountability team in the world, and we've figured out a way to make exercise nearly effortless. No weightlifting, no heavy breathing, running or sit-ups, just a low-impact way to remind your body it's alive. So book your free consultation with one of our health coaches today, and you'll never have to go to the gym again.
Well, it's obvious that Bridget does not like the gym.
Has to be easy.
Yay for Bridget.
But you did encourage that you still need to be active. And I think
Yes.
the key in being active is finding what you love.
That's right.
Whether it's running, walking, swimming, biking, the gym, weights, classes, you have to find what you enjoy and what works for you, because everybody is different. So I think
agree.
it's great that you're
Does it count that
I
you get
don't
up and walk
have
to the
abs.
kitchen?
I will never have abs because I've got 2 kids to take care of, so
Absolutely no self-control.
I love to eat, I hate to exercise. It's just the truth.
Well, we have a friend of mine here, Lynsie Crespo, who has joined us, and I got to know you at Hope Church.
Yes.
And you are actually the one that connected us with Bridget and Joshua to have on the program. You know, Bridget is the founder of the Health Dare, the 90-day cellular health program that is reversing symptoms of type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, IBS, and sleep apnea. Now, Lynsie is the marketing strategist behind the scenes for the Health Dare, and she and the team are dedicated on an important mission and determined to share vitamin L.
Yes.
I like that. They believe that this program is the most important nutrient for any person and is the secret of success behind your program. So, Lynsie, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, tell me a little bit about vitamin L for those that are
Yes.
just joining us. They're like, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
What is vitamin L?
So the big vitamin that you need to get a hold of is love. We offer a lot of love to our clients. You know, Bridget mentioned previously, they shop with the clients, they cook with the clients. You know, clients will text them at night and say, hey, is this okay for me to have? And they'll have that one-on-one conversation, that accountability. You know, a lot of people are missing that within their diets. They're not having that one-on-one person that's always there for them and getting them through the process. 'Cause
Accountability.
Accountability,
is a big
yeah,
deal.
it's a huge deal. You know, even with anything, even with, you know, when you're walking in your relationship with the Lord, it's important to have that one-on-one accountability for someone to say, hey, did you do your reading this morning? You know, so the same thing with our program. We have someone that says, hey, how's it going? You know, what can we do to help you?
So each
throughout.
client has a specific person or
Yep.
health coach
Correct.
that's connected with them that they
We
can
have
build relationship with.
So they have a
Yes.
team. So we've got natural certified chefs, we have certified health coaches, we have nutritionists, we have all kinds of these different professionals that will surround them. So right now we have about 50 people on our team that are currently taking care of people. So we put them smack dab in the middle, and whatever need they may have, we surround them with
That's
it.
so great because it leaves them with feeling like they can reach out to someone rather than here, like you said earlier,
Yes.
you know, the tour guide versus the travel agent.
right.
You know,
Exactly.
here it is, figure it out.
Right.
That's right.
Exactly.
And we're real people. We've been through it. We still struggle with binge eating and emotional eating and things like that. And so we're able to say, this is how we conquered that, and
Right.
you know, get on their level with them.
Well, what makes Health Dare work when other programs don't work?
Definitely that vitamin L, I would say, for sure. 'Cause I remember, you know, previously, if you've ever done like a diet, you always go to try to find a message board or somewhere where you can find information or interacting with other people to get help. You know, how do I do this? You know, am I supposed to have this many points today? And what if I have this many? You know, but our program, they just have that lifeline, that lifeline on the other side that's there to offer that love and that support and that compassion with them throughout this whole process. And not a lot of, I mean, we don't think anybody really offers what we offer as far as, you know.
And sometimes just having someone to talk something through with or talk you off the ledge. You know,
exactly. The health dare is different for several different reasons. First of all, it's easy. There's only 2 things you can't have. You don't have to go to the gym unless you want to. I don't. It's very easy. You can still have fast food.
Please
you can still live your life.
Don't hold back.
I won't hold anything back. You've seen my before picture. The second thing is we are experts at helping reverse symptoms of type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure.
That's what I love hearing
Sleep
about
apnea.
your
My
program.
husband was a snoring. He used to snore, and he doesn't
Lord.
anymore.
I'm going to have to get my husband on the program.
She'll be calling today.
We'd pull the box fan out of the closet, you know.
With a fan, got, like an eye mask and plugs, and I can still hear it.
But gaining energy and seeing symptoms decrease is more about what the health there's about. And also, we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. We will surround you with our entire team, do our dead level best, show you vitamin L, try to reverse your symptoms. And if we can't, we give you a hug and say we tried and write you a check.
Well, I feel like if you're taking care of your body like you should, and you're eating healthy, whole foods and clean eating, then your body will become to the weight that it's supposed to.
That's right.
You know, we're all different sizes and shapes, and not everybody is going to be able to make it to a size 2 or 0
That's
or
right.
whatever your goal. I feel like the goal is to take care of your body so that you're healthy, you live a long life, and then your body will become the size that it's the optimal size it's supposed
That's
to be.
exactly right.
So if someone was skeptical, Lynsie, what would you tell them?
You know, just like Bridget said, in 30 days you get your money back. You know, if that's not enough to help you make the decision to move forward, you know, a lot of programs or diets don't offer that.
Right.
They just kind of say, hey, throw your money into this pot and good luck. You know, we say, hey, throw it in, but we're here. If something doesn't go right for you, we, like she said, we'll hug you, we'll give you back to you.
And what was the average age?
54.
Okay.
Yep, the average client age is 54.
And then you had mentioned in 30 days, what kind of results have you guys seen in 30 days? That's not a lot of time.
It's absolutely amazing. You can go online and read hundreds of reviews. We did a case study a couple of years ago, and we used 300 clients. It was about half men, half women, which is also very interesting about our program. But in 30 days, the average scale weight lost was 16 pounds in 30 days, the healthy way. And then the average inch loss was 17 inches in 30 days.
Which sounds reasonable, because, you know, I feel like if someone is, you know, looking to specifically lose weight, which is not what we're talking about, you know, we're talking about being healthy, then it happens with these fad diets. And people lose too much at a time, and it's not good on our body. So now what about the reducing the symptoms? How are you able to tell? Are people coming off of medication?
Well, what's happening is their doctors are telling us. So we just had a patient last week. I was on the phone, a coaching call yesterday, and she said that her client called her and said, I can't believe it. I just left my doctor's office. My kidney is literally regrowing. I'm getting so hydrated that my body is repairing itself. And she said, my doctor broke down in tears and gave me a hug. And we're seeing people's medical charts flip upside down. We're not medical weight loss. We're cheerleaders and lovers and encouragers, but their doctors are seeing these amazing results and taking them off the meds.
Which says a lot about, like, what encouraging words can be. You know, I mean, just being someone who can spread the love of Christ and encourage and uplift and tell people they can do something that they didn't think they could. It just
Lynsie can tell you about our runway show we had last year.
Yeah, we had a fun runway show. We just had some clients that just went down and just strutted their stuff. You know, that's one thing when people lose weight, it's hard to see themselves again as a thinner version or a healthier version. They just continue to see themselves as before. So we just had a fun little runway show with them.
We had the music and the lights and the cameras. And Huck Huckabee and his wife, if they're watching, they were amazing. amazing. He's got a big white beard, and they're in their 70s, and they just danced down there and showed their before and after, and he came and up and hugged us, and he said, "You saved my life," with tears in his eyes, and it's just the most rewarding thing. So,
wow, where do I sign up?
You can get a free consultation.
Or 1-877-I-DARE-ME.
Right. So
that's
say that
how
again for people that want to get a hold
get
of
a hold of you.
1-877-I-DARE-ME.
So tonight for the Nite Line Live, just for you guys, we're going to offer everybody a free consultation with a health coach. So run, don't walk, to our website, idareme.com, or if you hate the internet and it's late at night, you can pick up the phone and call 1-877-I-DARE-ME and be in touch with a coach right away.
And we have that up on the screen. Well, thank you so much. We're going to call in secret and be like, hi.
There you go. But you like to exercise, so don't call if you like to exercise.
I
or if you don't like to eat.
I try to live a healthy lifestyle.
When did you get started with this?
3.5 years.
3.5
Yes.
years.
So the Lord has really blessed it.
Yes.
In 3.5 years. And you know, what His hand is on will be blessed.
That's right.
And it definitely looks like His hand is on your business and your ministry, ministry, your church. Take heart. I love that.
And it's based right here in this
Right
area.
here in Greenville, right here in Mauldin. Yes.
That is
yes.
amazing.
Well, we've got about a minute left. I'm so thankful to have had you guys on. You guys don't go away. We'll be back in our 9 o'clock hour with more encouraging tips to live a healthier lifestyle. But we want you to pray over our viewers. Just encourage them. I feel like the Lord has blessed you with the gift of encouragement. Well, I don't feel like it, I know, because I just feel encouraged sitting here with you.
Wonderful.
So if you'll just pray over them and encourage them.
Father, we thank you so much, Lord, for the blessings that you've given us of a healthy body and a mind, Father. And Lord, if there's someone out there right now that's watching and they are feeling despair and hopelessness, Father, I pray that you have used our story to encourage them, Lord. If they're struggling in their physical body with symptoms or with just feeling inadequate, Lord, I pray that you would bring them the answer to their physical, spiritual, and emotional needs, Lord. Pray that you'd wrap them in your love and help them to know that you are the ultimate vitamin L. Thank you, Father. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen.